Hey everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Ecosystem Aces. I'm Chip Rodgers, Chief Partner Officer at WorkSpan, and I am so excited to be joined by Vanessa Sorenson. Vanessa, welcome.
Hello, kia ora. How are you?
I'm very good, and just really excited to chat with you. We're talking from literally two sides of the world. I'm in the Bay Area, and Vanessa, I take it you're in New Zealand today.
I am. I'm in the beautiful Tamaki Makaurau, and it's a sunny, sunny day, which I can't say we've had a lot of that over the last 12 months, Chip. So, yeah, it's a beautiful day here, and it's our morning at the moment.
That's wonderful. Yeah, Tuesday morning, Monday afternoon, U.S. time, and so we'll just figure all those things out, I guess. So Vanessa Sorenson is Chief Marketing Officer for ANZ and also the Managing Director for New Zealand for Microsoft, and that's a pretty big job. You've got a lot going on.
It's pretty exciting. I have the best job in the world.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. In fact, Vanessa mentioned that just as we were getting started, you're actually in a customer meeting and you stepped out of the customer meeting for our conversation, and then you'll be stepping back into the customer meeting. So we really appreciate you taking some time to chat with us today.
Oh, look, it's my pleasure. And yeah, I'm actually in their offices and I've never been here before. So an incredible New Zealand startup, which, that's the excitement that we've got an opportunity to bring that Kiwi number 8 wire to the rest of the world. So, yeah, nothing like these real-time opportunities while you're in the middle of them.
That's fantastic. So it's really exciting. So I love that that it's with a startup and big enough that they've created their own space and are building something to bring to the market with Microsoft.
100%. And that's, I think, my title, Chief Partner Officer, I love it because it truly is about, partnering. So, Chip, I've been with Microsoft now 6 years. I still feel like I'm a newbie. I started as the enterprise director, then took over as managing director the week of lockdown. So that was pretty interesting. I remember saying, welcome, I'm your new leader, please stay home. So that was a pretty tough time. And then I took on the role of Chief Partner Officer a year ago as Australia and New Zealand merged. So I'm so fortunate I get to do such incredible work across our partners in Australia and New Zealand, but still live in this beautiful country that we call Aotearoa. So, yeah, I'm very fortunate.
I had a chance to visit Australia about 3 or 4 months ago in March and April, and it is it is beautiful. I didn't personally get over to Auckland, but one of my colleagues did, and we had events sort of throughout Australia and New Zealand, and it was beautiful. Just like you said, just really lovely weather, wonderful people. Everyone was so welcoming, and it was great to see so many partner people, connecting and getting together as well.
Absolutely. I think it's, the Kiwi culture especially has always been like that number 8 wire, real innovators, well ahead of their time. And that's where the opportunity, certainly where we're investing as Microsoft into this country, is to take the Kiwis to the rest of the world. And we've got this incredible sort of rivalry with Australia and New Zealand with sporting, All Blacks versus the Wallabies.
Yeah.
But actually, when we come together, it's incredible. Like, we're one and the same, especially if you ever see us traveling into your beautiful country as well. We're like cousins, but sometimes we definitely battle on that sporting field.
So, gosh, let's talk, Vanessa, talk about partnerships and Microsoft and so many important things going on today with Microsoft. Incredible, partner ecosystem. 400,000, I think, is the sort of total number of partners globally, and so many important things happening with co-selling with partners. making sure that your solutions are in the marketplace so that you can get so that they're transactable and qualified for incentives and things like that. So, talk a little bit about what are some of the hot sort of topics and programs that you're bringing to market with partners in Australia and New Zealand.
There's so many, and in fact, we could probably spend our whole time just going through those. But I encourage everybody to go to our site to check them out because, we have always been through partners. That is our secret sauce. Honestly, Microsoft can't scale without our incredible partners. But what I love now is our partners can build their IP on our platforms and, as you say, grow globally without having to invest in those places. And that's what marketplace is. So you design and build on our platforms on Azure, you get it certified and onto our marketplace, and you now can actually sell your IP around the rest of the world. And this is skyrocketing. It is just so incredible to see, because gone are the days of, Vanessa, we'd love to go on your platform, but can you introduce me to your US-based sales team to sell our products? We just couldn't scale. So this is incredible. And on top of that, actually launching Founders Hub, which again, for the startup community, how are we helping being more relevant for you? Where do you go when you've got all these incredible ideas to actually set up and build on our platforms? And really, from an investment perspective, we really do want to invest with our customers through our partners. So if it means that you're wanting help with migration services, you're wanting to go, deeper in an area, Microsoft will fund through a partner to really help you achieve that faster, execute quicker, to move you to the modern technology that, we see ourselves investing in to take you to that next transformation as an organization. So yeah, it's really exciting.
That is really exciting, and just to have the ability to take your solution and then deploy it globally like that on a platform, and just I guess that's the magic of cloud, and so what does that mean? I mean, tell me a little bit about how that impacts partners and how they're able to, you're working with a startup today, and it's to bring it to market. How do they think about that, and what's the value, distribution, but what is the value for your partner?
It's opening up new revenue opportunities for them. So, before we had that sort of one-to-one relationship. So we sell you, Mr. Customer, our tech, whether it be Azure, O365, Dynamics, all these things that help you. Now what we've opened the door is, how do you leverage our platform with your brilliant ideas, your data, bundle that up and sell it? And that's only been in the last year or so that we've been doing that. So it's opening up new revenue opportunities. And then you layer on AI and all of our investments in that space. It's about infusing the things that you no longer as a customer have to invest and build on. We will do that. What you're great at is understanding how you harness the data that you've got, and you build on that to sell what you know way better than what we ever could. So we're truly clear that we're a platform partner. And I love it as well. We're not going to stand up and compete with you. Like, we understand what our role is. And especially you see our investments in AI, organizations couldn't afford to do that. And AI has been around forever, Chip, but it's actually now got the compute power alongside our platforms with customers' IP to think of solving problems that we just could never, ever have envisioned like we can now.
Well, and AI, so let's talk about that. Let's double click a little bit into that with AI today. It's such a hot topic, and Microsoft is at the forefront with OpenAI and Bing, having sort of everything right embedded right in.
Yep.
Yeah. So how do partners, how are partners able to take advantage of that technology and that platform?
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny. I knew we were onto something when my 82-year-old father came for dinner and said, "Vanessa, what's with this ChatGPT and OpenAI?" And, it's not just for, people in the industry. This is touching everybody.
Yeah.
And so the opportunities are incredible. And I think how I see it, Chip, do you use your iPhone the way you thought you would? It's we're right in the middle. I don't know if you're a surfer, but for me, it's not often that you realize you're right in the middle of that barrel wave and you feel the excitement and you can see that there's a path that you're surfing on. And that's what we're in right now. Like, this is going to, I think of the wave of, the internet and mobile phones, but never, ever have we seen 100 million users come to a technology in less than 3 months like we have here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, we can finally transform the education system. We can finally transform health services, like getting the data and the information in the hands of the critical doctors and nurses and frontline staff, which, let's face it, hasn't had the ability to leapfrog in terms of what they need.
Mm-hmm.
Banking, I just think, as a customer, we want our banks to know us and service up the things that we truly need. And that's where this technology is taking off. So the opportunity for partners, many of our partners are part of our early beta pilots. This is what I love about Microsoft. We've kind of let everyone know we're here, but we want to make sure that it's secure and safe and well tested as we roll it out. So a lot of our partners are part of that program, and very, very soon, releasing autopilot. And who doesn't want an autopilot, Chip? Let's face it.
Right.
Someone beside you, helping you, because as humans, we weren't designed to deal with all the email and the chat and our productivity's been going down because we're not having enough time to think about the strategic things within our business. So that's what I see our partners helping our customers transform this AI by letting go of those mundane tasks that actually none of
Mm-hmm.
us are really that interested in.
Well, and I mean, I love hearing your passion for it as well. I mean, it really comes across, and the story is to partners. I guess the message to partners is you're only limited by your creativity. Come up with
100%.
the ideas. I mean, the platform is there, the technology is there, the power is there, and it's just. And what's interesting is, a lot of times partners know, as you said, Microsoft can't build everything, right? So a lot of times the partners understand the use cases and the personas very well, more, in very great detail, and can bring all that knowledge to build a solution.
100%. And especially, ISVs and our ISV partners about building on for vertical markets. So if you think about banking and insurance, they understand it better than us. And it's that co-creation together of, like I say, us investing, gone are the days of you having to buy all those servers that, cost you millions that you didn't even know if you were utilizing them all now.
Right.
Dial things up, using Azure. As soon as you're finished, turn it off. Fail fast, like truly get creative and make sure that it's secure. Like, again, I say this all the time. People say, well, what are you concerned about security? And I said, well, if you leave your door unlocked at home, someone may come in, right? You've got to think about protecting your data, what your business is, but imagine unlocking what you have in your business. And this is the thing, I think, really fast tracking, the banking and insurance industries about know me, my whole lifetime. I spend a lot of money with you. When I have children, all these things. Serve me. And I think that's what's going to be. I honestly think we should connect in a year and see actually what has really taken place, because it is this trajectory that we're on right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So you said a word that I love talking about, which is co-creating. And so let's talk a little bit about that, Vanessa. what does that process look like? How do your partners, engage with Microsoft to do that? Are there some resources that Microsoft provides to help them, get up to speed and solve the challenge, that maybe the technical challenges that they're working on, and understanding the business case, or how do we want to bring this to market? I mean, all the sort of process of bringing a product together, and bringing it to market.
Absolutely. I mean, we're so invested in this. We actually have teams now, and we didn't a few years ago. So again, like how fast this is evolving. And so, yeah, 100%, we have co-creation opportunities. The hardest thing for a lot of partners is, where do we start? How do we get our hands on all of this? Which is why Founders Hub came about. We really heard from startups and our partner startup community that we didn't have one place for them to go to get even free access to Azure, opportunities to connect them with our technical people. When they hit a real roadblock, what do they do? And again, like, what it's like when a business or a partner gets to a certain level and they want to crack to the next level. How can we help? So we definitely handhold in each stage. And again, all of this is on our local intranet sites, because it does vary, depending on each country. But we are getting now a lot clearer about what does that look like from an industry perspective. How do we share more broadly? And again, how do we invest? Which it does depend on the size and scale of what we're looking to achieve. And just some local opportunities. For instance, Volpara, it's a 20-year startup. So it's not a startup, but it was a company that was using data, Chip, to save lives through breast screening technology. Did an amazing job in New Zealand, but the world needed to see this technology. And so that's where Marketplace and Founders Hub came in for them, because they're not really a startup. They've been around forever, but they've got a startup mentality about taking their technology to the rest of the world. So that's when our Microsoft engineers got involved, helping them now grow exponentially in the US and other regions, through getting connected into the Founders Hub and our Marketplace. So it's these opportunities to expand where we truly see incredible technology that should go to the rest of the world.
That's so exciting. I love that. Found the concept of Founders Hub, because it is. I mean, it's hard for a startup or a 20-year startup to be to understand how to get started. How do you get connected to the right people? What happens when we run into challenges and we're stuck at some point? How do we get unstuck and bring this to market for everybody's benefit?
Absolutely. And especially when you hit that, that glass ceiling, I suppose. And I think that's where, again, we throw around the word partnership a lot, but I truly believe Microsoft partners very well with these businesses that truly have got, they can change the world. And that's what I see, for New Zealand. We're finally launching data centers in country. That's going to connect the New Zealand startup community to the rest of the world. No longer latency issues. We've got, we can stand things up and test them. New Zealand's an incredible country if you think about Weta and, doing movie making and, but the cost sometimes of shifting those workloads around. So the opportunities to connect us to the rest of the world will be next level. And when we say we're going to partner with you, we really do. Another great organization is called Soul Machines. They've got digital humans. Soul Machines started out of an Auckland University, kids doing a degree about, some people would prefer to deal with a non-human when they're dealing with potentially a first home loan, if they got turned down, or health agencies when they're struggling with mental health, actually sometimes talking to a digital human. So the opportunities of infusing their technology and Microsoft's technology is the true sort of partnerships that we're looking to explore.
Wow, that's really exciting. And so so you go through this process of building a solution, co-creating with Microsoft, using some Microsoft technology, using their IP, kind of putting it together, bringing it to market. Let's talk about that next stage then, on the co-marketing activities, co-selling. How do your partners get connected with the field and get the right incentives in place, I guess, for the field teams to take an interest?
Yeah. And look, I mean, I struggle keeping up with just Microsoft's product set. So,
Right.
this is not easy. And
Yeah.
honestly, Chip, I had $1 for every partner that said, can you just introduce me to the account exec? But what we have done is aligned the goals, the way we pay both teams in terms of compensation to get more aligned. And this is where the industry vertical piece is really playing out for us globally and locally, because it makes it easier for us to interconnect, if it's retail or if it's FSI or if it's government or if it's education. So we've really invested heavily on trying to make it easy. But again, we can only scale through our partners. So it's, what are the partners? What do they have? What does that look like for the industry? And when we go with our teams, with our partners to a customer, that's when we go faster. So again, marketplace is the place to get kickstarted. That is I suppose, the certification of the tech, that it's trusted, that it's working, and that it truly does solve an issue out there. And then it's making sure, and we do a lot of this, we do a lot of speed dating with our account teams. We do, a lot of bringing people together from our own internal Microsoft teams, as well as our partners, our startup partners, to go, actually, what are we solving together? And it's, again, people do business with people, right? It's like, well, who are we going to take this to? Let's go together. We don't want the Microsoft meeting and then the partner meeting. We want to go together.
Right.
When you see that, that's true partnership, and we're doing that more and more and more because we've aligned those goals and compensation plans.
Well, and I like, we started this, and you mentioned a couple times that it's really important for partners to think about the verticals.
Yeah.
Because then I think you've got a very specific, audience. You got a specific use case. It's understood. There are challenges, and Microsoft has vertical specialists as well.
Yep.
And so that's where you can really make the connection, because they all know the pain point.
100%. And we're not sometimes the easiest, but once we do get clear on the road ahead and where we're going, I've just seen huge shift and changes of how quickly we can solve problems with customers. And, in the 6 years I've been with Microsoft, I felt that we were sort of always involved in, I suppose, customer escalations, because we weren't co-creating and we weren't co-designing and we weren't architecting together. And now it's completely an open kimono. We'll work with our partners to go, actually, yeah, we stand behind that. We've got unified support now in terms of, once a project's gone live, you've got through partner or direct into Microsoft to get that help when you need it. Because, imagine even an hour without email these days. I mean, the whole world now is so reliant on things working. And so, that's another massive component of making sure that we've got all the right support contracts in place. So when something happens, you've got a direct source that you can truly get that help that you need.
So Microsoft, what's the process for a partner to get to the point where, because I'm sure, Microsoft can't just accept any support calls from anyone, right, about anything. Oh, is there a certain level or some certification that is required in order for that to be able to happen?
100%. And they, our core partners absolutely sign up on a unified support contract, which goes, again, hand in hand. What our, the customers out there can commit on is that all of our partners are certified technically, support-wise, but it's when if something really, really goes wrong. And so how do we both jump in together? And so what we have, Chip, is we have incredible fast track teams within Microsoft. And, they jump in when there's something, if it's, because we're doing bigger and bigger biz apps projects with our Dynamics platform, where organizations are shifting all CRM and ERP to our platforms.
Yeah.
And no one can afford for them to not be working and always on. So we have contracts with our partners, but we will also contractually directly to a key customer if needed. So that's like another tier of fast track that can help them with support directly into Microsoft with engineers if they needed it.
This is fantastic. I love it. Well, Vanessa, you have a customer to get back to. But before I let you go, first of all, I appreciate you taking the time. This has been just terrific. I love hearing all about the programs that Microsoft has in place, and then how it's actualized in Australia and New Zealand. You've been very successful as a partner leader through the years. Maybe you've got a word of advice or something that someone has shared with you along the way that's helped you, that you might want to share with our audience of other partner professionals.
Yeah, look, work's something that we do so many hours of our lives. And so for me, it's how do all of us use our platforms to do good? Mm. And so we launched in Australia and New Zealand our Partner for Purpose program. And this is to help our partners think about where it really resonates with them that they want to do more of, whether it's enticing more women into tech, because in New Zealand, Australia, we're 27%. For me, I'm very passionate about our Indigenous peoples. So Māori, Pacifica, Aboriginal, and Torres Strait Islanders are underrepresented in tech. Mm. And so how do we link arms and really partner for purpose? Because we are so privileged to be what we get to do every day. And I personally worry about the digital divide getting bigger and bigger, because Chip, how can our citizens be part of our world if they're not connected? How will they soon be able to even get a doctor's appointment or be part of society? So for me, for our partners, is what fills your soul? How do we partner together to truly make a difference? And it's something I'm personally extremely passionate about, because I was one of those kids. I would have been left behind. I dropped out of high school at 16, grew up in caravan parks. I just happened to fall into tech. And so I want to be the voice for those that simply don't have one.
That's wonderful. Gosh, I love that. Technology has really, changed your life and your path, and wanting to give that back.
100%. And I think if we all did a tiny bit, and that's where I'm very fortunate in the position that I hold, a very privileged one. I get to do some incredible projects and see the fruits of that rather than just ticking a box. I truly, and I'm really witnessing our Australian New Zealand partners jump on board and make a huge difference. And again, maybe that's the next time we get together. I'll just take you through all of those things, because they should be celebrated. Honestly, just even helping our homeless in Australia with Barhead, a CODIS with Aboriginal communities of getting healthcare. And in New Zealand, we partner with Tupatoa to bring more Māori and Pacifica into tech, because we truly believe that we want to have a diverse group of people that don't look and feel the same.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's really exciting. So yes, next time we'll talk again, and we'll talk about some of those additional partners that are, and we'll talk about AI and some of the incredible AI solutions that partners are deploying on Microsoft.
Yeah, it's going to be phenomenal. I mean, I'm just an early user myself, and it just blows my mind that I can, be part of a meeting. At the end of it, it comes out with all the actions, all the dates, everything that needs to happen. And I didn't even need to be at the meeting. It was recorded. Like, honestly, just, it's amazing. So it's only just getting started. But yeah, it's an exciting time.
Fantastic. Vanessa, thank you so much for taking some time out of your morning and sharing the time with us. And thank you.
Thank you. I've enjoyed it. Kia ora. And next time, come down to New Zealand. You'll love it.
I will. I will. I've heard it's just beautiful. So
it is. It is.
Thank you, Vanessa, and thank you all for joining. And we will see you next time on another Ecosystem Mesas podcast. Thanks, everybody.